Hey everybody, excuse the winter cold, but I just cannot wait to show you a fun, easy, super easy project that you can do with your freckled fawn pouches. If you're just like me, you have a bunch of pouches in your stash and you're not sure what to do with them other than storage. Well, I've got suggestions. So here's a new Freckled Fawn Traveler's Notebook. This is in Mint Diamond, and I use this as my errand runner. I've got errands, I have meal plans, I have a calendar, but I also have my wallet. And this is a repurposed Freckled Fawn pouch. And what I do is, this is where I keep my money and my credit cards and my change. And on this other side, I've got, you know, library cards, license, other things of importance. I also have a slit here where you can actually put in a sticky note pad. And then I have a pen loop, of course. So let's get started. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. The supplies you're going to need Freckled Fawn pouch or pouches, a ruler, a dry erase or a wet erase marker. You're going to need a loyalty card or credit card or whatever you plan to stick in the side pockets over there, a pair of scissors, and obviously a sewing machine, which I've got right there, right off camera. So let's get started. What you're first going to do is choose your pouch. Now, the first method I'm going to do is with the sewing machine. So I'm going to use this. This is from the February kit of 2017. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to just barely take off the bottom of this pouch. So what you're doing is opening it up so the credit cards can slide in. And obviously I am doing this on the opposite side of the zipper. Got to use that zipper. Literally that much. Now it's open. The next thing you're going to do is have your loyalty card handy. And I like to do 2 or 3, depending on the size of the pouch, loyalty card parts. So what you're going to do is just make it so you can slide it in and have about 1/8 of an inch spot right here. You want just enough where it can go in, or if you have more than one, probably 2 or 3, they nest quite nicely in there, just like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your wet or dry erase marker, because this is plastic and it will wipe off. You're going to take your ruler, my old school wooden ruler. If you have a clear ruler, this is a see-through ruler. It's meant for quilting, but I like to use it sometimes, but you are more than welcome to use this. The reason I like to use this clear quilting ruler is because you can see and line up the top and the bottom on the lines. That way you're always getting a fresh, clean, and very straight cut. You can also line up the edge over here. So you're going to take your marker and you're going to draw your line down. Pretty simple. Now, my color is red onto this red, so it might be hard for you to see on camera, but it's drawn right there. Now, if you guys just wait just a second, I'm just going to go ahead and zip down with my sewing machine down that line. Alrighty, phase 1 is done. I have just sewn up and down to create its own pouch here. Now, as I was sewing, I was also thinking about how to make a divider. All you'd have to do is put an extra piece of cut up Freckled Fawn pouch, put it in between here, and then sew it with here inside. So then you would have a divider. You wouldn't have a whole one pocket. Just a thought. I have my loyalty card here. Boy, does that fit snug. Fits perfect. Now, you will have a seam on the bottom, but if you just slide in your loyalty card and make sure it's all the way at the bottom, because we don't need these things flying out. And I have been using my wallet for almost a month now, and nothing has fallen out of it. Again, you're going to take your ruler, or in my case, my see-through ruler, and I'm going to be putting a mark exactly where I need to sew on my next line. Now, depending on how wide your Freckled Fawn pouch is, you can get 1 or 2 more. Where is my loyalty card? Oh my gosh, it's right inside. Haha. You're going to want to take out your loyalty card, make sure before you sew, just in case, because you don't want your needle hitting that anyway. So now what I can do is give it a little room on one side. And again, see how it's not quite lined up with the line? You want to make sure you give yourself just enough space for extra loyalty cards stacked on top of each other. Again, ruler, there's my additional. Now, I want to make this top part a part where I can put in sticky notes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut a slit here before I get this sewn, just to make sure that I can get my scissors in there and it'll be super slick and easy. Here's the sticky notes I'm going to be using. I just want to measure where the tension stops here. Just see how when you pull it, it just kind of stops coming up. I want to make sure I put the slot in the right spot. So when you slide it in, I want to make sure my slit is about at this height and about this width. So I'm just marking with my wet dry erase marker. So I've got a mark here and a mark here, and I'm going to cut in between them. Now, you're more than welcome to use scissors. You would just basically snip and go across. But I'm an ex-quilter, so I'm going to use another couple of tools that you might necessarily have, but I'm going to be using them for this. This is a rotary cutter mat. It makes sure that you don't cut through both pieces of plastic, which is what you do not want to do. And I have a rotary cutter. It's just basically a razor blade on wheels. And I'm going to take my clear ruler and slit between the notches. And see how I've cut through? But I did not cut through on the other side because the rotary cutter mat was, excuse me, in the way. So now I've got 2 more of these to do. Hold on a second, be right back. Back again, I've got my 2 lines sewn right here for my loyalty cards. Now, we've almost finished with our entire project, and you're probably wondering, what on earth were you going to use the washi tape for? And sometimes you might need to snip a little bit of this extra plastic in there. It's just the seam on the bottom, so it holds it together. So now it slides in much better. So imagine yourself at a checkout. You can't really get to your loyalty cards. Your fingers don't work. So here's what I would suggest. I'm taking washi tape to create a template so I know where to cut, so I can slide my loyalty cards in and out of my wallet much quicker and easier. So now I've just made a template with some half circles, and now I'm going to cut. The best part about using a dry erase marker is that if you're not exactly on the line that you're cutting, it just zips right away by wiping it off. You're more than welcome to chop off the bottom layer, but now here we have it. You've got 1 slit here and 1 slit here. Now, you have your slit up top, but you also have a slit over here. I'm just going to go ahead and sew down the side here. Be right back. I've sewn up the side. Now you just insert your sticky notes, your loyalty cards, and whatever else you'd like to put in there. Here we go. Here's my wallet. I'll show you how to insert it into. So here's my current wallet. In your traveler's notebook, you should have an extra band. And once you get this thing loaded, it's pretty heavy. So I would suggest doing this pouch on just 1 band. You just slide it under. So the rubber band, the elastic, meets up with that center seam. It folds over lovely, and there you have it. Your own Freckled Fawn pouch wallet for your traveler's notebook.